One of the greatest rivalries in all of sports is reignited. The Texas Longhorns and Oklahoma Sooners meet for the 105th time in the Red River Rivalry. We'll also break down several other big matchups you'll see here today on ABC. It's the call. But stick around. When we come back, we're going to hear from the head coach of the Oklahoma Sooners as we get ready for the Red River Rivalry.
Welcome to the Cotton Bowl, home of the Texas State Fair.
It's one of the fiercest rivalries going in all of college football.
It was like two warring nations that came together in the month of October. I'm going to whip their coaches, and you players better whip their players. Nobody's safe in this game.
What a catch! Touchdown, Texas! He's got him on the blitz! OU is going to win it again!
Texas OU is the rivalry game in all of college football.
The State Fair of Texas. A day for some fun in the sun, where two old rivals get set to bump into each other for the 105th time. Grab your finest crimson and cream or your burnt orange and go from the midway rides to the ride of your life in college football. From the Cotton Bowl, it's Texas and Oklahoma. And inside, 96,000 will be on hand, split right down the middle at the 50-yard line. If there's a better scene in any sport, anywhere, I don't think I've seen it. Number 21 Texas and the 8th-ranked Sooners. It goes all the way back to 1900 in Austin. They moved it to Dallas in 1912 and permanently into the Cotton Bowl in 1929. And what happens is, normally if you win this game, you win the Big 12 South. If you win the Big 12 South, you've got a chance. The team that runs the ball best and doesn't turn it over inevitably wins. That's what Mack Brown's hoping from his Longhorns today, and here they come. The Horns have won 4 of the last 5. Bob Stoops hoping to turn that around with more on Oklahoma. Back to Ledge.
Brad, these teams are very similar on both sides of the ball, but one thing I've seen is Oklahoma has 2 bona fide playmakers in running back DeMarco Murray and wide receiver Ryan Broyle. Now I asked their offensive coordinator Kevin Wilson, how many times you want them to touch it? He said at least 35. The best chance for Oklahoma, let their playmakers make big plays.
And here comes Bob Stoops' Sooners. Norman is actually closer to the Cotton Bowl than Austin is, if you can believe it. Nothing better than a good old-fashioned Red River rivalry on the first weekend of October, on a perfect day where they do everything bigger in the state of Texas, including a guy with a 75-gallon hat, Big Tex.
Howdy, folks. Coming up, it's football, Big Tex style, as the Sooners and the Longhorns battle in the Red River rivalry. And we'll take you inside the State Fair of Texas as Tailgate Week, fired up by Kingsford Charcoal, continues after this.
That's life and death, obviously. Texas won the toss and deferred. So the Longhorns will be set to kick off. Justin Tucker with DeMarco Murray and Moses Madu waiting deep for Oklahoma. It's in the low 80s. It is a Chamber of Commerce day in the city of Dallas. And for the 105th time, it's Texas and Oklahoma, and we are underway. Moses Madu at the 5, and he is tracked down at the 15. Only an 11-yard return. Landry to the opening quarter, and Oklahoma knocking on the door a little bit.
Last week, when Texas got throttled at home by UCLA, it was their run defense.
Murray, second man through, got a crease, got the corner, and got the touchdown. Nice run by DeMarco Murray. 3 years ago, he had a huge game in this matchup with Texas. Good start for Oklahoma. They go the length of the field, and DeMarco Murray from 18 yards away, one of your playmakers.
Yep, one of the playmakers, and it was the up-tempo that did it for Oklahoma on that touchdown play.
Jimmy Stevens in for the point after. Seven 7-0 Sooners. After an 82-yard drive in a little over 4 minutes.
Not much for Murray, but look at how quickly they snap the ball. Texas not set on defense. They get the block by the fullback. They get the tackle Stevenson out, and DeMarco Murray gets Oklahoma on the scoreboard first.
Murray on the stretch, got the first down. The 16. Keenan Robinson knocked him off his feet. DeMarco Murray's got something working right now.
Well, and the Sooners have great balance right now. They really have this Texas defense back on their heels because they're mixing quick throws and runs, misdirection things. They really have the aggressiveness going offensively and taking it to Texas.
Oklahoma has 11 first downs in the first quarter already. They fake the short throw, go to the end zone. Touchdown. Kenny Stills, what a grab and what a throw. Todd, I didn't know if he could put it over the defensive back's head enough to get it there. It was perfect.
It was perfect. Over his head to the outside shoulder of the receiver. And you mentioned it. Fake the short after throwing all those little bubble screens and then get the touch.
Stevens in for the point after. Just like that, 14-0 Sooners. 5:29 remaining. A happy quarterback and the guy he threw it to. Landry Jones on a strike to Kenny Stills in the end zone. And it's a shocked Longhorn Nation right now. Oklahoma 14, Texas nothing. At the 40-yard line, and now they go with the sweep to the left, and it's DJ Monroe, and he's got unbelievable speed. He is gone. That 60 yards didn't take very long, did it? Longest play from scrimmage this year for Texas. And DJ Monroe puts the Longhorns right back in the thick of this one.
Because they do so much communicating at the line of scrimmage.
Fake the handoff to Murray. That might have been a busted play too. As it is, he throws a strike down to the 10. Dwan Miller, 1st and goal, Oklahoma. Maybe that play was supposed to look like that, but it looked a little weird on takeoff.
I think it was supposed to look like that, but it was supposed to be a quicker throw. But the quick throw wasn't there, and so he had to wait for Miller to get all the way across the field.
1st and goal at the 4. Murray trips on his own and actually lost a little bit of yardage. He's 2nd down and goal. So Oklahoma, remember, they started this at the 48-yard line after a short punt, so they haven't had to go very far. This would be another demoralizing gift here if Texas gives them a touchdown to retake a 14-point lead. High backfield again. Miller, the fullback. And they give it to him. The freshman got down to the 2, maybe the 1. Jared Norton made the tackle. They're not afraid to give it to the kid, are they?
Well, and because everybody is so concerned with Murray, the quick hitter has been there for Oklahoma.
Miller, a freshman, but he's 246 pounds of fury in there. They've handed it to him several times at short yardage. Now they got it. 3rd and goal just outside the Texas 2. They show the same formation with the tight end Hannah on a wing to the right side. Now they shift both tight ends to the left. 3rd and goal, Sooners. Jones play action to the end zone, wide open. James Hanna for the touchdown. Sometimes you wonder why they do all that shifting with the tight end, so there's the payoff right there.
Well, they started him on the right, they moved him to the left, they motioned him back to the right, and then he was wide open in the back of the end zone.
Most hype game at Texas. The arch rival.
Think about winning all the games, but at the same time, you do have Oklahoma in the back of your mind.
At the end of the day, when you're holding that patch, it's great. It's a great feeling.
When you go across that state border, it's been some bad blood for many years.
A quarter left at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. 21-10 Oklahoma. Play action. Jones throws it to Murray after the play fake, and DeMarco Murray down the sideline for a first down at the 20-yard line. Pickup of 19.
They ran that same play in their first scoring drive. They fake it to him, they slip him out, and Acho took one bad step. He took one step in to stop the run, and that enabled Murray to get outside of him and get the play.
Now they go right back to the I formation. This is how they got the touchdown last time, and Murray might have another one. He's in. Talk about a tightrope job on the sideline.
You mentioned it. They went to the quick huddle again, or the quick snap. Texas was mulling around a little bit on defense. Whether he stepped out or not, the still thing, they got him with the quick count. I'm going to take a look at it, but it looked like he was in.
What a job. We look again. That one's in. That one's in. Then he twists, and it's a flying Walenda from here. A circus act for DeMarco Murray. Same corner of the end zone, but this one was tougher.
For the touchdown. The previous play is under further review.
How do you do that?
He's like running on the outside of his foot, the inside of his other foot. He's trying to stay in bounds with everything he's got.
Mark Ingram had one a little bit like that last week, but not that good. If that doesn't make plays of the day on SportsCenter, I don't know what will. All in motion. They'll keep it on the ground at Cody Johnson. Johnson bulling over to the end zone, touchdown. So 2 big plays by Cody Johnson in that drive, and Texas still in it. 17. And they're going to fake it, and it's going to backfire. John Nimmo, Shockey Brown brings him down.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Well, Nimmo was the intended receiver. I mean, he was the guy they wanted to go to. He was the guy that's going to throw, and they were trying to get it to the kicker out here. Maybe that's why they put O'Hara in instead of Stevens. But they covered him. Look, he's covered. Nowhere to go with the football, and a big change of events for Texas.
Boy, just when you thought you'd seen a little bit of everything in this game, you see something like that. And now Texas with a chance. Gilbert, waited too long. Tom Worth, the middle linebacker. That's the last thing you want to take is a sack way back there.
Well, he's got to get rid of the football, and he's got to anticipate pressure, but there's nobody open. Watch as these Texas receivers go out. I mean, they can't get separation from the secondary. Nobody open, nowhere to go with the football, but he still has to throw it away.
Jones throwing high, and that stops the clock intended for Broyles.
Well, up until the last 2 third down plays, Oklahoma has been almost unstoppable.
And now they're going to punt it away.
I think they're 9 for 19 now on third downs, but the last 2 they've missed. They were ahead of the chains for most of this game.
Tress Way to punt. They came after it. I don't know if they got a piece of it or he just hit it badly, but it drops down in Oklahoma territory. So every time you think this game's over, it's not.
If I'm Tress Way, I'm telling everybody over there they got a piece of it, because
they definitely took a run at him. Texas, consecutive weeks in the top 25, 162, and of course they dropped a whole bunch of spots this past week to come in here at 21. I don't think Mac's worried about that right now. Mack Brown says, let's go get a touchdown, and then the game's not over. Cody Johnson in there. He got him their last score. Gilbert going to fire deep. Got a man out there.
I think he got one foot in. Yep. All he needs is 1 foot.
Malcolm Williams at the 6. A 41-yard pass play.
One of the reasons Cody Johnson was in, as you look at the end of this catch, beautiful work by Malcolm Williams catching the football. Does he have 1 foot in? That's all he needs in. There it is. The left foot was in, and they're right back to the line of scrimmage.
First and goal, Texas at the 6. Gilbert rolling left, throwing to the corner. Incomplete. Kirkendall was out there, but he threw it behind him, well behind him. Finally, Texas got a big play other than the one by Monroe early in the game.
The first big pass play really down the field. Good catch, got the left foot in. Cody Johnson got a nice chip block on Jeremy Beal to slow down the pass rush, and a nice throw by Gilbert.
Texas trying to pack one in here to make it a ball game late in the 4th quarter.
They have to get something to the back of the end zone, back in here. Oklahoma really close to the line of scrimmage.
Gilbert scans the field, goes far side, completed about the 6, but only to the 4 goes Barrett Matthews. Now they got to hustle. They got 3 timeouts remaining, but we're down to 2 minutes. 3rd and goal. Last time they gave it to Cody Johnson and let him steamroll his way on the ground. He's in there with Gilbert. Gilbert rolling to his right to the corner of the end zone, too high for Kirkendall. And it's down to 1 play. Tucker from 21. Up and just inside the left upright. So Texas isn't done.
He's back here on the hands team right there, DeMarco Murray.
Exactly, and we already saw Broyles in there. They're going to line drive it down the field and hope it dies and hope a Longhorn can get there, but it's going to be Murray. It made the end zone. Wow. By about 2 feet. A couple of rolls of the football. He goes up to his offensive line. And somebody went the wrong way. Yeah. Jones. And they're going to say the ball is out. The ball is out. Did it get out of bounds, though? Murray might have gotten over there, or it went out of bounds before anybody had control. Oh, you talk about a busted play. Oh. That was almost a busted game.
Landry Jones had 1 bad play last week against Cincinnati. This would have been his worst play of the season if it stays in bounds. I think Jones hit the ball at the very end and knocked it towards out of bounds. He knew he made a mistake. Let's see if he doesn't swat it out of bounds.
He did get a hand in it, I think. But now they go back to live action, and look out, DeMarco Murray. He might save the day yet. But that last play did save Texas a timeout because the ball went out of bounds. Now they take one here. A minute 8. Texas will get the ball back. Aaron Williams was ever going to pick a spot to get a nice return. It would be here.
Low kick.
But he's got to call fair catch. And he dropped it. Wait a minute. Oklahoma's got it, I think. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. That'll seal the deal. The punt snapper James Winchester just fired the shot heard round the Cotton Bowl. What an unbelievable finish. Williams has it come out. The guy that snapped it comes up with the play of the day, maybe of his college football life.
Last week in the loss to UCLA, Curtis Brown dropped a punt inside his 5 that led to a Bruin touchdown. This one even costlier by Aaron Williams.
And Mack Brown knows now. He's just shaking his head saying, no timeout, it's over. And Bob Stoops will get the upper hand in this one today after Texas had won 4 of the last 5. What an absolutely crazy fourth quarter.
I mean, can you imagine, as good as Landry Jones has played all day, if that game ends with a fumble recovery for a touchdown, or at least, wow. Unbelievable. Oklahoma likes to make it interesting in the fourth quarter, I guess.
Yeah, they do.
That's their MO this year.
Well, there's the feeling on the Texas side. Jubilation on the Sooner side. Oklahoma wins it. Went right down to the finish.
5-0 is 5-0.
Two guys with a lot of respect for one another. Shake hands in midfield. Oklahoma. Aaron Williams is going to feel bad. He played a great game, and the secondary was in on a million snaps, it seemed like, and the one snap he'd like to have back, he'll never get back. Let's go down to Holly.
Well, Coach Stoops, what went through your mind when your quarterback just dropped the ball right there against the goal line?
We should have called timeout. That was my fault. We mixed up in the play calling, and we got lucky. You know, just fortunate.
That was kind of a crazy fourth quarter, a lot of ups and downs. What were you thinking?
Well, I just wanted to see us. We had a good defensive stop when we had to have it. And, you know, offensively, it just, at the end there, we just didn't execute as well as we did most of the night. But fortunately, we got away with it.
You did execute well, particularly in the first half. What was the key to your offense to really take control of this game?
The ability to run the football. That was a big factor in the game. And we took care of the football. You know, that's the other part.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Nice to see a senior like DeMarco Murray go out with such a bang today as he helps the Sooners win it 28-10. And that 5-0 feels a heck of a lot better for the Sooners than what it was a year ago. Final score, 28-20. That's going to do it from the Cotton Bowl. For Todd Blackledge, Holly Rowe, and our entire crew, Brad Nessler saying so long from Dallas.